The Sopranos' final season resolved many questions, but the fate of the Russian gangster Valery from the episode Pine Barrens remains unknown. Despite the show's successful six-season run, David Chase and Terence Winter have been asked about Valery's fate, with many fans speculating about his ultimate outcome. In the Pine Barrens episode of Season 3, Christopher and Polly, frustrated with Valery's attitude, decide to kill him. They drive to the Pine Barrens, a forested area in New Jersey, to bury the body, but find out that Valery is still alive. He fights back with a shovel and escapes after Polly shoots him in the head. Christopher and Polly return to their car and find it stolen, sparking speculations about Valery's fate. In today's video, I'll try to answer a burning question that a lot of fans of The Sopranos have been asking. What happened to the Russian? Is he still alive? Did he actually die? Let's find out together. So let's begin first by explaining who the Russian is. Valery was a member of the Russian mob and had a business association with Tony Soprano. He was depicted as a heavy drinker and a volatile alcoholic who had financial troubles with Silvio Dante. Valery was fluent in both Russian and English and had a military background as a member of Spetsnaz and fought in the Second Chechen War. He had 16 confirmed kills. He came from a background of poverty and enjoyed the luxurious American lifestyle, investing in modern technology and other amenities that he was unable to afford in Russia. His Russian boss, Slava, ordered him to pay off his debt to maintain good relations with the Soprano family, but also expressed concern over his alcoholism and cocaine addiction. Pine Barrens, in the third season of The Sopranos, is widely considered as one of the greatest episodes of television ever made. It follows Christopher and Polly on a debt collection mission that turns into a wilderness survival challenge. The episode is noteworthy for several reasons, including being the first of 4 episodes directed by Steve Buscemi, taking 12 days to shoot and not being filmed in Pine Barrens, New Jersey. It was instead shot in New York's Harriman State Park, which is rare for a show known for its authenticity. Despite its challenges, Pine Barrens is a remarkable example of serialized storytelling, particularly for the questions it leaves unanswered. The episode effectively captures the eerie, supernatural feel of the area. Tim Van Patten, the creator of the episode, drew inspiration from his childhood memories of visiting the Pine Barrens with his father and hearing stories about the Jersey Devil, which he found spooky and magical. Christopher and Polly are sent by Tony to Fair Lawn, New Jersey to collect money from a man referred to as the Russian. When he doesn't pay, they become violent and end up hitting him with a floor lamp. Fearing they've killed him, they quickly decide to bury the body in the vast wilderness of the Pine Barrens. When they open the trunk, they realize the Russian is still alive. They force him to walk into the forest to dig his own grave, but he fights back with the shovel they gave him. They shoot at him as he runs away and Polly hits him in the head, but they can't find his body, only a trail of blood that suddenly stops in the snow, leading them to fear he could be stalking them. The Russian seemed unbothered by the bitter cold, so they question how long he can survive in the wilderness. To make matters worse, Christopher and Polly are unable to find their way back to the car. As nightfall approaches, the two criminals start to feel uneasy and scared, wondering if they're being watched and stalked by the Russian. They call Tony for help, but the poor reception leads to a confusing and unclear conversation. As the episode progresses, the tension escalates. Christopher and Polly take shelter in an abandoned van, trying to survive by eating ketchup packets. They are terrified and plead for Tony to come to their rescue. Eventually, the next day, Tony and Bobby find them, but the Russian is never seen again. It's unclear if he's dead or alive, leaving fans wondering if he would return to seek revenge on the duo until the end of the show. David Chase encouraged audiences to appreciate the beauty of ambiguity without a concrete resolution. In an interview, Chase said he likes to watch entertainment that leaves room for possibilities, citing 2001: A Space Odyssey as one of his favorite movies that doesn't answer every question. Despite his preference for ambiguity, he eventually gave in to the pressure of fans' constant questions about the fate of the Russian. In an interview on The Sam Roberts Show, he revealed that the Russian was found by Boy Scouts and that he was carrying an ID that led them back to his boss, Slava, and was sent back to Russia with severe brain trauma. This was never shown or hinted at in the show. This theory is more appealing to those who want more information on the fate of Valery, as Terence Winter, the writer of Pine Barrens, had a resolution to the story. He pressured David Chase to include it in the final season of The Sopranos. The plan was that Tony and Christopher would visit the Russian mob boss and find Valery sweeping the floor, but he would not recognize Christopher due to his brain injury. This scene, which could have put an end to the speculation, was never included in the final season. David Chase continues to insist that whatever happened to Valery is not relevant to the show's overall story. So there it is. After much persistence, the public finally received a definitive answer. However, it's important to remember that our desire to fully understand and explain a piece of media can sometimes detract from our ability to enjoy and interpret it personally. It's ultimately up to the individual interpretation, and that way it can enhance our engagement with the art. The fate of the Russian character in The Sopranos is open to various interpretations and possibilities, and the series is known for not providing a clear-cut answer to some of the biggest questions. This illustrates the show's creators' intention to create an open-ended world, where only a small part of it is revealed through the show. But what do you think happened to Valery? Do you accept Chase's ending, or do you prefer other theories? Let me know your thoughts and ideas in the comment section below. And if you enjoy learning more about your favorite mob TV shows and movies, make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next video.